Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Regular Home. Today's video is going to be what I do not or will not let my children do as they grow older. My children are very small right now. I have a 2-year-old and I also have an 8-month-old. So right now it's pretty easy to keep them protected and under my wing. But as they get older, for those of you that do not know, I am an advanced EMT, and in the state of Nevada, we have 3 tiers. We have EMT, we have AEMT, which is advanced EMT, and we also have paramedic. So I'm right in between. So basically, I have been exposed to things that are pretty traumatic. We are offered free counseling and therapy for things that we have experienced and been through. Um, so, and there's a reason for that. And I will say that if you think that everyone has good intentions, then you are extremely naive. Let me just start off this video with saying that. Unfortunately, I have become acutely aware of how human nature can be and how truly dark and evil people can be. I have also witnessed extremely good, wholesome people and everything in between. So let's just dive right into the things that I will not let my children do. The very first thing is going to be slumber parties or sleepovers. As my boys get older, I do have 2 boys. Certainly when I was younger, it was huge. Like birthday parties would be slumber parties, and we would have pizza and like movies and spend the night, and it was so fun. And luckily, honestly, knock on wood, I never experienced anything insidious, but things happen. So a big thing for me is that my kids will not be able to do slumber parties or sleepovers. You just don't know who's going to be there. I had an instance where, and I'm going to keep everything very vague, but basically a child went over to a sleepover party and the parents were upstanding citizens. For some crazy reason, their daughter decided to come home that night, and she had been using illicit drugs, and they got in this big argument. I don't know the details. The police arrived on scene before us, but one of the very small children got a hold of some illicit drugs, and it was a bad situation. So, and that's, that is terrible, but there's also predators to children. So you just don't know the situation unless you're there. So that's just something that I'm going to not let my boys do at all. The second thing that I will not be letting my boys go to or be involved in is daycare. I know that daycare for some people is something that you just cannot get around, and I understand that. But for me and for my husband, we have spoken about this, it is absolutely not going to happen. I will be honest in saying that I have had more calls than I would like to daycare centers, whether it be children choking on things or just neglect, overheating, dehydration, likely predators. It's just terrible the amount of calls that we actually get. And for those of you that are unaware, I work on an ambulance. That is what an EMT does. I don't know, like, if my viewers are living in Europe and it's different, what have you. That is my workplace. Right now, I am on maternity leave, so I am not on the ambulance at the moment. There are just so many instances and stories on the news. I've been exposed to stories where daycare workers are just not behaving professionally. They are child predators, or they're abusive or negligent. I will just absolutely never involve myself in that whole community. And that is just my personal opinion. The third thing that I will not let my children do as they get older is go anywhere else and go swimming. As they get older, obviously, and more competent with swimming, uh, we can figure something out. But as of now, obviously, they're so young. But and my toddler has the little floaty thing, and he's got his goggles, and he does like going underwater. But we watch him like a hawk, because drowning is a real thing. It is terrible, but it is absolutely real. And the craziest things happen, things you would never think of in a million years, on how kids have drowned. So it's just not something. And a big thing with me is most of our drowning calls are like parties, like pool parties or big events where there's actually a bunch of people in the pool at the time. We do get, unfortunately, we do get children that drown or come close to drowning, solo by themselves. Somehow they slipped out of the household. But I would say more frequently it's when there is more people, it's like a pool party or a barbecue or what have you. Just because you tell somebody to watch your kid while you go inside or something doesn't mean that they will. And especially if they're not parents, they'll just like forget, or if there's drinking involved, it's just not a safe situation. So that is the third thing. My kid, if he's going swimming, it is under my supervision or my husband's, and it is a very strict supervision at that. So the fourth thing that I want to talk about is I am so, so strict with buckling in my children in their car seats properly. I don't know how many times I have seen parents just kind of like half-ass it because they're just going around the corner and it's hot or it's cold, and they just want to like hurry up, and it's like the strap is all like sideways and the arm is kind of loose, and terrible things have happened. Just within a few blocks from their home. So I don't care how close or far or undangerous the trip seems. Always, always, always buckle your child in properly. Make sure the car seat is installed properly. That is a very huge one. And the fifth thing that I will be talking about is just in general letting my child go to somebody else's home. So your home, your place where call home, is very private. It's very much individual to each family, and some children are very different, and cultures are different, and languages and communication styles, and even just expressing themselves in certain different ways. The home setting is just very different and individual with each family. So I will not just let my kid go to some stranger's house if we do not know them well. I don't know who's over there. I don't know what is happening over there. So that is a big thing for my husband and I. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. But that is just another big thing with us. Our kids will not just like go over to someone's house that we don't know super, super well, like friends that we've had for years and years, and we know their family and their friends, and it's just not happening. And I just want to add like a disclaimer. You do you raise your kids however you want, obviously, but this is just like a kind of almost like a warning. Do not be naive. That is when things happen. Is I see it all the time. I don't know if it's just my city, Las Vegas, but we have so many instances of just like child neglect, and it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. Um, I just want to say, like, watch your children, be good to your children, listen to your children. That is huge. Listen to them. Um, and definitely before they can fully communicate verbally, do not let them out of your sight. There are predators. There really are, you guys. There are real people that are evil out there. And this really does happen. Um, they're everywhere. There are so many child abductions as well. These are real things that happen, you guys. I just want every mother and father that loves their kids, I want you guys to know this. These are real things that happen every single day here in America. Um, Thank you so much for watching. I don't mean to like bring you guys down or anything like that. I simply just want to bring an awareness to these topics. And these are things that I just stand very strongly by. I will not let my children do these things. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I think I'm going to be adding to this series. Um, I've got quite a few series going on my channel, but like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more like it. Bye, guys.